One of the longest running mysteries running through the mind of DC Universe fans is whatever became of Connor Kent the Superboy. Well, let's hop into the pages of Young Justice issue number 3 and find out together, shall we? Alrighty then, so picking up from that great cliffhanger at the end of issue 1, Bart Allen had actually managed to, against all odds, just so happen to run into Superboy Connor Kent. Impulse is pretty happy to see a familiar face because, well, he's also a weird fish out of water and technically out of time right now, but the book hasn't had a chance to double down and explain that. Much like the audience, Bart is asking the same questions we've all been asking, and that is, how did you get here, how long have you been here, and why haven't you tried getting home? These important questions have to be tabled for a little bit as more of Lord Opal's forces come to pick a fight with Bart. They say he's under arrest for invading Gem territory. Impulse, wise ass that he is sure to say, hey, you guys started it, you literally invaded my world trying to pick a fight with Superman, and when that didn't work, you got beaten up by a bunch of children. In fact, hey, you still want to pick a fight with a Superman? Well, I got a Superman right here for you. He's got a shirt and everything. Oh, sure, he just looks like he's being a gem farmer, but that's just a trick, right, Connor? Right. Connor then instantly surrenders to the gem troops, and while he's shocked, Impulse ends up getting hit with a taser, so really he ends up getting shocked twice. But alright, this is just prologue. Let's get down to the nitty-gritty and what you actually wanted to know, and that is, how did Connor Kent get here? Well, it seemed that while fighting a giant monster in the desert. No, they don't say when exactly this takes place. I'm assuming sometime after the evil John Lane Kent had resurrected Superboy, but hey, no one remembers the New 52 Superboy run. And for once, I'm actually okay with Bendis having not read something previously. All that stuff had to be jettisoned and quickly. Superboy may have saved the day, but a group of paramilitary types led by a woman named Dr. Glory come on in to clean up the situation and tell him to move along, son, ain't nothing to see here, just move along. Connor can pretty much smell that these guys are up to no good, but putting his nose in their business and harassing them, well, that would just be against the rules, and a super doesn't break the rules, right? They gotta be a role model and stuff. And so he instead opts to go back to school. Yeah, that's right, Connor's working his way through a high school. Who would have thunk it? Especially when last we saw him, I'm pretty sure he had some sort of mental abilities as well as superhuman intelligence, but I feel that's been retconned away too. Honestly, I'm not going to miss it too much. Hilariously, the class is talking about ethics in literature. In particular, how sometimes to do something right, you gotta break the rules. Well, geez, is this not utterly convenient and appropriate for Connor's own situation? Connell decides to screw the rules, put on a leather jacket, and go do what he knows is right, mainly mess up that laboratory and their monster factory. After all, he was created in a lab, don't you know, and as such has sympathy for creatures like this. What Superboy couldn't expect, though, is that this place was doing a lot more than just experimenting with monsters. It seems that just in the next room over, they had some crazy portal tech. And when Superboy blunders into it, it ends up zapping him all the way to Gemworld. And that's where he stayed for a rather vague, undetermined amount of time, but at least long enough to get this, grow up, get a beard, get married, and father a child. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is why Superboy refused to fight back against Opal's henchmen, and that's because, well, he's got a little Superboy of his own to worry about. Gotta say, I did not see that coming. Now, where's the rest of the team right now? They're still duking it out with Lord Opal himself. Well, mainly Cassie's doing the heavy lifting while the rest of the team goes underground. And no, I don't mean that as a euphemism for hiding. Well, they are technically hiding too, but no, they're literally underground planning their next move. But for more on that, we're going to have to read the next issue. So that was Young Justice issue number 3, everybody, and it answers a lot of questions that have been hanging in the air for a while regarding Connor Kent Superboy. Where did he go? Gemworld. Why was he gone so long? Raising a family. You know what? That's actually a pretty satisfactory answer, all things considered. Though I will admit it does irk me just a little bit as a fan to see Bendis try so hard to shake up and break up the Lois, Clark, John dynamic in the Superman book, only to turn around in this book and give Connor Kent a new young family of his own, complete with a brand new possible contender for the name of Superboy. There's also the bigger question too of, does only Bart remember who Connor is because he's technically from the old universe somewhere in time? Or will the others recognize him when they see him? It seems that they've more or less completely dropped the Tomasi Jurgens idea of Superboy being literally deleted from time by Dr. Manhattan. Overall, a fairly satisfying issue. I'll definitely be coming back to see how this story develops. I give this one a 7 out of 10. Hey there everyone, it's your old pal Cape Joel again, and I want to thank you so much for watching to the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, why not check out some of these other videos I have available from the channel. And you can follow me on Twitter and Facebook at Cape Joel, so you're always up to speed on what I'm doing next. And hey, if you really like what I do, you might want to pick up a Cape Joel shirt. Yes, that's right, I have my own merch store over at TeePublic. Check out for great designs like my little Cape Man, stuff from the comic multiverse, fun stickers, in-jokes. We got it all over at the TeePublic store. You can check it out right now. And I will be sure to see you all again next time. Bye-bye.